on everybody, my name is Demon and welcome back to another video. Modding is no longer allowed or supported on the Xbox. What this means for the client and what this means for the channel, that is the topic of today's video. Now jumping right into it, a lot of you may know that Xbox recently had a change in their terms of service. By doing so, they actually pushed out an update for the Xbox, disallowing any apps to be able to access system files. And a lot of you have actually seen the results of this and left a comment even saying, hey, why is MC Addons Manager saying Minecraft isn't found when I have it installed, blah, blah, blah. And that's because of the recent terms of service and update that made it to where apps in general, My Files Explorer, MC Addons Manager, just simply can't access system files and operate as they should. So both MC Addons Manager and My Files Explorer actually came out with a little loophole around this and made it to where they no longer are an app and are actually identified as a game, with MC Addons Manager coming out with MC Addons Manager Extended and My Files Explorer coming out with expansion for Explorer. This was great for about a month until Xbox came out with another change in terms of service. And this made it to where they didn't want file explorers or file systems on the Xbox whatsoever. So whilst they didn't make it to where games can no longer access system files, because that would kind of mess up every single game on Xbox, they did remove MC Addons Manager Extended from the App Store or Xbox Store. They actually did the same with expansion for Explorer. However, expansion for Explorer re-put their game back on the App Store. So, at the time of recording this, I'm actually not entirely sure if expansion for Explorer is still in the Xbox Store. However, I do highly recommend that while you watch the video, you actually go into the Xbox Store and see if you can find it, because as of recording this, that is the only possible way to install mods, texture packs, skin packs, etc. on the Xbox. It is $2 and some change, just like the original app was. But as far as modding goes, it is the only thing that allows you to actually do so. Now, MC Addons Manager, whether it comes back or not, that's actually a very iffy subject. I was looking around on Chronic Override's Twitter feed, and for those of you who don't know, Chronic Override is the main or lead developer of the MC Addons Manager project. And looking at his posts, it really does look like they've got their hands tied behind their backs, and they actually really can't do much about it. I've seen a few petitions going around trying to get MC Addons Manager back onto the Xbox Store, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon. So for now, you can actually only use expansion for Explorer. Assuming you didn't install MC Addons Manager Extended before it was taken down. Those of you who did install it before it was taken down, number one, do not uninstall it. You can't get it back. It actually makes your Xbox worth a little more than it normally would be because you have that software on there. But those of you who had it installed before it was taken down, they can still use it, but others will have to resort to expansion for Explorer, which isn't the greatest, because those of you who were with the client for version 3.8 and below, possibly even 3.9, I forget at this point, you may know that the client and the X-Ray both used to use My Files Explorer before MC Addons Manager was a thing, and this was a very primitive way of doing things, because what it did is it took the manifest file from classic texture pack and texture update beta on the, you can find those on the marketplace on Xbox or on the on Minecraft marketplace. It took the manifest files from those texture packs and put it on the daemon client, so whenever you went to activate those from the marketplace, it would actually activate the daemon client. This method still works with expansion for Explorer. In fact, you can even find the manifest file downloads on the website, link in the description. But the thing about that is, number one, it won't actually say daemon client, it'll say texture update beta or whatever you're using. And number two, the biggest thing is it doesn't allow you to use sub packs or modes, resolutions, whatever you know them as. So you're basically stuck on the base mode, which isn't the greatest for a lot of people who prefer that customization. This also affects the X-Ray. Those of you who used the advanced X-Ray before MC Addons Manager will remember that before you actually had to go into the files on My Files Explorer and change around the blocks.manifest inside of the modes folder. to actually change your mode, and this right now still works. It is just a very tedious process, especially now that Expansion 4 Explorer is a game. Those of you who are not on the Xbox Series will actually have to close Minecraft in order to open Expansion 4 Explorer and then relaunch it. And it is a very tedious process, and honestly, I don't blame you guys if you don't want to do that. I honestly wouldn't either. It's too much of a hassle for a little bit of cheats. Moving on to the Daemon Client, X-Ray, and skin packs and all of the different updates. There are a few updates planned. I haven't started work on the advanced X-Ray update yet, however that should hopefully be here sometime soon. However, I've never been able to keep my word on saying it'll be released soon. That's just me for you. But there will be an update for the client. There's actually already a beta for those of you who aren't on the Discord and don't know about it already. 5.1 is in beta, and it's nearing the end of its beta phase and will be released publicly. Hopefully shortly after this video is released. I'll start getting to work on stuff that needs to be done for that. There's also going to be some updates for the skin pack. As a lot of you may know, the 1.18 update for Minecraft actually patched the pure invisible skin, and so that needs to be removed from the skin pack, as well as a few extra skins that are going to be put onto the skin pack. One of them I'm looking into is actually a skin that hides your armor and shows your skin, so you guys can look forward to that. Other than that, there's a few other skins that will be uploaded to that, and the X-Ray. There isn't going to be too many updates to that, since there isn't too big of a difference between 1.17 and 1.18, not big enough to require a terribly big update. So hopefully that'll be out soon, since there's not a lot to do there. Other than that, I do have a little bit of unfortunate news that Daemon V 5.1 is going to be the final Xbox client, as we can't do this on the Xbox anymore, or at least the majority of people can't. There's really no point in making clients targeted specifically for the Xbox, so as far as Daemon is concerned, once I get this 5.1 version released, that will be the final release for the Xbox client. It is really sad to see it go, but I think that moves me on to my next portion of what's going to happen to the channel now that 5.1 is going to be the last version of the Xbox client. Well, this is a really iffy subject. For those of you who've been with the channel for a while, or have at least scrolled down and seen the older content that I've made, you'll know that I used to do BO2 zombie mod trolling, and we do plan on bringing that back. I'm also thinking about bringing a new series to the channel where I go around on different games, kind of no-clip around the maps, and just to see what there is. So I think that'd be interesting, as well as just messing around with different games with different mods. So I think that'd be fun, but unfortunately, guys, the heart of the channel is just mods in general. It used to be mod trolling, then we moved on to the Daemon Client, and unfortunately, guys, the Daemon Client, I'm gonna give a nice little insight on that. The only reason the Daemon Client actually happened was because my RGH broke down for a really long while, and I didn't want to not be uploading for a year straight, so I made something new. Instead of my BO2 zombie mod menu, I made a client for Minecraft, something that everyone would enjoy, and that did get a lot of traction, but the Daemon Client was never meant to be here to stay. As much fun as it was, there is always an end to everything. That actually brings me over to my next announcement that I wanted to make. Is those of you who know my upload schedule, you'll see that I only upload like once a month, once every 2 months, hell, sometimes once every 3 months. And that's actually because I've been feeling really burnt out lately. And a lot of that actually has to do with the client having the responsibility of making a new client version every month or every 2 months. It has really worn me out, and I'm just having a lot of trouble actually keeping up with everything, because I have become really burnt out with the entire process at this point. So I do actually want to take a small break from YouTube, nothing terribly large. In fact, you probably won't notice too big of a difference between my normal upload schedule, because I only upload once a month anyways. But other than that, I I do want to shout out my other channel. In compensation with my burnout, I've actually been looking for other hobbies that are equally fun as making mods, and I've actually gotten into making music. Now, for those of you who are on the Discord or have been with the channel long enough, you'll know that I have a good friend named Cow, or Mustafar, and me and Mustafar actually collaborated on a song, so if you guys want to listen to that, we make trap music, or more specifically, I make trap music, sorry. You can check that out, link in the description to my other channel and my SoundCloud. I honestly think it's really good, but for those of you who want to be on the inside of everything, if you guys just want to talk to me, get things before everyone else, like different client releases, X releases, mod releases, if you guys want to get that before everyone else does, you should honestly consider checking out the Discord, as I do talk in there quite often, and I also post everything on the Discord before it actually gets released to YouTube, so definitely something worth considering, as we're almost to 1,000 members, which is a very big milestone. I wanted to thank everyone that's in the Discord for helping make this possible, especially after the last Discord got banned, and we made one hell of a comeback, guys. So, unfortunately, it's a very, very sad note to end on that, but I do appreciate you guys sticking around with the channel, sticking around with the client. I don't think the client will be the last thing I do. It definitely won't be the last thing I do. I do intend on doing other things in the future. I'm just not entirely sure on that yet, but honestly, I would like to I'd like to know what you guys thought about the client. So if you have any words about the client before we officially end the Xbox client, the name, leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. I read all of the comments, and well, other than that, I've basically talked myself out of breath, so I don't have anything else to say. It's always hard to end a video like this, but as always, guys, I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, everybody.